Let's see the goddamn fine business.
Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley.
This Saturday.
Like him or not, Dvalishvili, the current bantamweight champion, has probably entered GOAT status at 135 pounds, even with just one title defense. Dominic Cruz was great, but what Merab has achieved over the past couple of years has welcomed him into the conversation.
Jan, O'Malley, Cejudo, Umar, Marias, Aldo. He's fought everybody. He's beat everybody in this division. Merab is the bantamweight GOAT, man, at least in my eyes.
This began with the Piotr Jan fight. We knew he was good, even great.
Bro, I just seen a fly on my window, and I'm in my head thinking, like, the same thing about the fly situation. Like, bro, you can fly anywhere the fuck you want. How the fuck did you get to my window, my nigga? Like, gangster.
Before that, but what he did to Jan was almost spooky. He didn't finish the fight, but Jan looked finished by the end anyway. Same case with Henry Cejudo. He looked good for half the first round, but when Merab took over, Cejudo, an Olympic gold medalist, almost looked scared of wrestling. Despite a massive streak and big wins over the top guys, Merab waited almost too nicely because his buddy Aljo was the champion.
And Merab is clear that he will not fight Aljamain Sterling and he'll wait until Aljo moves up. So what do you do with him, right?
You can still be friends and want what your friend has, you know what I mean? It would be a really bad idea for Merab to go down that path.
As much as Dana and all of us crapped on him, you gotta admire the selflessness. Once Aljo was no longer champion, Merab was free to claim his rightful place as the best bantamweight in the world, signified by the belt, and he had no problem taking it from Sean O'Malley. UFC 306 was probably built for the coronation of Sean O'Malley as a star, but the defining visuals was this. Well,
niggas start kissing him like no diddy.
Merab being crowned champion. This was probably code red at UFC headquarters because right after he...
See, the thing about this fight, well, I'm not really saying too much about it, is because I want to see how much O'Malley really changed as a fighter, especially as a human being. Because I feel like Sean is definitely a good fighter. He's a good human being. I just feel like he fell in love with the character Sugar Sean O'Malley instead of being Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean?
He won the belt. Dana White was adamant about scheduling Merab versus Umar Nurmagomedov, no matter what the champion had to say.
Umar don't deserve to fight me. Sean O'Malley deserves to fight me, and I'm gonna fight to rematch him, okay? He deserved, and after Umar has to prove, and I will fight him.
Is that the plan to do that fight? Like, is that the next fight you want at bantamweight, Merab versus Umar?
Absolutely.
They clearly wanted to get the belt off Merab as soon as possible, and Umar was the best candidate. He opened up as the favorite, despite one ranked win in his career, but look at the stats that actually mattered. He was undefeated, and his last name was Nurmagomedov. And there was just no way that Merab was going to Merab an undefeated Nurmagomedov.
He doesn't feel like Umar deserved the title fight.
Sure.
Hey, Umar won 6 in a row.
Yeah. Do you pull Umar? When you're talking about Umar won 6, that's 6 in the UFC. He won 16 overall.
Yeah, he won 6 in the UFC.
If you had doubts about Merab being in bantamweight GOAT discussions, this performance against Umar should have put those to rest. Despite apparently
100%.
ducking Umar before, Merab fought him with...
This fight, low-key, I thought they was going to, like, wrestle the whole time. This fight was actually entertaining. And I knew Umar was going to win. Like, I mean, not Umar, I'm fried. I knew Umar was going to lose, but I knew Merab was going to win. Because Merab gas tank is fucking crack. And Umar never went to the 5th round, you know?
With the same grit, the same tenacity, and with the same disrespect he had shown to everyone else. Umar was able to match Merab early on and even got the best of him, but as we've learned time and time again, it doesn't matter if you are more skilled or athletic than him. He will treat you with utter disrespect and give you no room to breathe or a second to think. Your only thought will be, this guy is not human. So behold the machine, the bantamweight champion, and now widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters the division has ever seen. He has gone through them all, the likes of Piotr Jan to Henry Cejudo to Umar Nurmagomedov, and he has broken them all. So it's only right that after going through such a murderous row, Merab is given what he deserves, an easy money fight. That's literally the only explanation I have for this. Like, why is O'Malley being treated like he's Conor McGregor or something? Dude is selling 300,000 pay-per-view buys, but we're acting like he's the UFC's biggest cash cow.
You guys want to know what...
I don't really think O'Malley is really that famous of a guy. Like, he's famous as a person, but as a fighter, fuck no. But if he beat Merab this weekend, Yeah, 100%. He's definitely gonna be famous, bro. 100%.
Was Sean O'Malley's buys at a pay-per-view? Anywhere between 300,000
Tap that
to
button.
350. That's it. Does he have the following through Instagram? 100%. But my question is can he sell pay-per-views?
Sean O'Malley versus Piotr Jan too. Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. Sean O'Malley versus Chris Moutinho too. Like, there was so many fun matchups for Sean, but instead he's thrown and pushed into a rematch he does not deserve, and one that literally nobody asked for.
No.
Did I tell you I made a video about how the UFC lost its soul? Do you need more evidence?
Sean.
Personally, I honestly feel like O'Malley should have fought some, people at the bottom of Rob first, I feel like it would have built more stock for him,
Some people say you're getting something called Dana White privilege, that you're getting a quick rematch without really proving yourself as a champ. What do you think about that?
Thanks, Dana.
I have nothing to add for context.
Thanks,
here.
Dana.
The last time we saw him, he lost his belt to Merab at UFC Noche, and he has done fuck all since. Sean has been sitting on the sidelines while other bantamweights such as Jan, Sandhagen, and even the champion himself, Merab, have been fighting. And now, he's coming back and getting a title shot because apparently this is the fight we want to see.
Dana, straight ahead. Like I said, Merab could have had his pick against any of these bantamweight contenders. So for you, why was this the fight that you felt should have been made?
Money.
This is the fight that people wanted to see.
This has been a pattern with Sean O'Malley. He beat Jan.
Is it me, or like, no disrespect, but UFC lately been really boring, and the promotion hasn't really been that good since Pereira lost. Yeah, ever since Pereira lost, everything just started shifting. You peeped that? Shit crazy, actually.
Well, debatably, and sat on the sidelines for a year to wait for a title shot against Aljo. He beat Sterling and sat out for 9 months and waited for the UFC to arrange a stupid rematch between him and Chito Vera. Then now, loses to Merab, and all he had to do was wait. Oh, and delete his social media, I guess. You almost want to cheer for Merab here. Yeah, this is what the UFC is doing to me. Anyway, about the matchup, I guess. We've seen Merab beat Sean before, and it wasn't pretty for O'Malley. Merab's style is built around relentless pressure, insane cardio, and crushing wrestling. He never lets his opponents settle, smothering them with pace and volume until they break down, and that fight was a textbook example. Merab controlled the octagon, dragged Sean down repeatedly, and neutralized his striking.
He went straight forward. He got hit, he got hurt, he got tired like everybody else that fought tonight, but he found a way to get O'Malley down, and when he got him there, he was very strong on top.
But Sean isn't just some flashy striker with no power. Despite not always deserving the hype, O'Malley is legitimately the only guy at 135 who can cleanly KO opponents, and he has the highlight reel to prove it. He's got crisp, creative striking, and that elusive style keeps opponent guessing. Remember in the 4th round last time? Sean hurt Merab with a kick to the body. It was one of the few moments where O'Malley showed he could hurt the champion, and that's a big factor here. If he can land shots like that consistently, Merab will have serious trouble.
I think Sean O'Malley is not only the best striker in the UFC right now. There's some competition to play, obviously Max Holloway, but I think he stands above everybody.
Merab is also nearly 35 years old now.
I can actually agree with that, because his style is real lucid and loose. He's like a McGregor, but more serious, But at the same time, McGregor, we never seen McGregor in his prime, like his actual prime. You know what I mean? I feel like fighters, when they first come, they become in a prime. But you gotta understand, Conor, his prime, he wasted it on like money, and there's nothing wrong with that. Is that a fucking... Yo. What is that? Y'all see that, yo? Hold on. Y'all see that? No? I think it's a fucking spider, my nigga. I turn Spider-Man tonight. I'm gonna see right now. Nah. Falsely learning. I thought.
And even machines slow down. Age hasn't been a concern for him yet, but we are talking about the lighter weight classes here. At 155 and below, fighters, even exceptional ones like Merab, can age overnight, and when you get old, stamina is the first thing to go. If Merab's cardio holds and he can keep the fight wrestling heavy, dragging Sean down, grinding him out, he's still the favorite.
Merab's unstoppable.
I love that.
And when he was carrying Henry Cejudo with his tongue out. Oh, yeah, I know. And he's like a savage moment.
But if Sean manages to keep it standing, uses his striking angles well, and lands those power shots, he could change the fight in an instant. So, yeah. We've seen this movie before, Merab Dvalishvili drowning Sean O'Malley in pressure and pace, but every fight is different. This time, there's certain danger in the air. Merab's older now. He's been through wars, and you have to wonder, how many more times can he show up on EPO? Allegedly. How many more times can he make the octagon feel like a furnace without the heat eventually cooling? Sean O'Malley didn't earn this shot. Not by merit, not by resume, but that doesn't change the fact that he is still very dangerous. He still has that freaky timing, that sniper-like precision, and the kind of power that doesn't belong in the bantamweight division. So, here we are again. The machine versus the superstar. The grinder versus the flashy striker. The greatest bantamweight of all time versus a guy the UFC is desperately trying to make great. This isn't meritocracy. It's marketing. Another reminder that the UFC isn't the ultimate fighting championship anymore. It's the ultimate fucking circus of what it used to be. But hey, if Sean O'Malley actually lands that knockout punch, which he very well can, all of this bitter, rage-filled rant, it'll disappear in a heartbeat. And we'll all be doing what we always do. Talking about how crazy MMA is, how Merab was never really the GOAT, and that it was actually Sean O'Malley. Can Kayla Harrison finally deliver?
Yo, UFC is literally like the best sport when it's booked right. You know what I mean? Like, for real.